once again and welcome to Fire When Ready, Adventures in Star Wars Tabletop Gaming for Emotionally14.com. I'm your host, as always, Brad Harmer Barnes, and I'm joined by my constant compatriot, Ian Harmer. Hey, it's the week after Salute. Hey, it's the week after Salute, so we're all still tired from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
It was good.
Yeah.
We got some Star Wars stuff, but we'll come on to that.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
I won't mention that then.
Okay. Professionals. We've got two special guests with us, as always. We have from the Crazy Train and E14 Game Cars, Blake Harmer.
Howdy.
And the man who won't leave, Dave Mustill.
You know it.
He's making us groove. So, guys, it is... The time we're recording is for Wednesday after Salute, so we've had a little bit of time to recover. Mm-hmm. What did we think of Salute?
I enjoyed it. It's I think it was a bit more.
Never work in PR.
I think it was a bit more scaled back from previous years.
Okay.
Because I didn't feel like there was whilst there was still a lot there, lots to see, lots to do.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that all of the individual stalls, there was nothing big or eye-grabbing in any of them. I felt like it was like some of the stalls didn't have as many demo games running, or didn't have a big spectacle. Like last year there was one stall we had like this massive like pirate ship filled with things, and then like this year it was just a regular stall.
There's a black light smoke machine tent as well.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is we should be there.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, but if you're there, you don't get to go around and shop.
No, that's the trouble. And we need a bespoke scenario. For some reason, my brain just went to Anakin in the Youngling's Chamber as a participation game.
Tough crowd.
We can kill a child. Anakin. Yes.
At least 40. Dave, what do you think, Salute?
Yeah, it was good. I think you said they've scaled back. I think they've scaled back slightly on the traders and got more games in.
Okay.
Which sounds like a really good thing, but we were talking earlier, and there didn't seem to be as many eye-grabbing games. There weren't things that just made you go, "Wow, that's amazing."
Nothing stops you in your tracks and go, "Oh,
yeah." If you looked a bit closer, there were some really good. I mean, the quality of games is always good there,
Yeah.
but no one went all out to do, a giant smoking volcano or a giant pirate ship filled with mad sharks and things.
I think.
But yeah, I mean, and it felt a little bit busier than the year before. The year before felt a little bit subdued. This year felt really busy again.
Okay, cool.
The madness was back.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that looked eye-grabbing, although I couldn't really get close enough to see what it was, it's probably because it was the only eye-grabbing thing there, everyone was just clustered around it, was like this big Lego thing formed. It was basically Flash Gordon the movie, but made out of Lego.
Oh, amazing.
It was this big red thing, but each corner, I think it was meant to be like obviously the big citadel, but like each corner of it was also a different type of thing. So there was like a jungle corner for like the jungle planet and stuff like that, and that looked really good.
Was that with the digital clock marking down on it?
Yeah, but I wasn't sure if it was a game or what it was.
It was a showpiece.
Big shout out to Bexley Reapers though, because they did put on the Back to the Future in 3 acts. So 1885, 1985 and 2015.
Brilliant.
With mini games, you had a hoverboard mini game which was going on.
Amazing.
They built 3 versions of the clock tower as well.
Oh, wow, that's brilliant.
He was struggling to come up with a game for 1985, so they just strung the wire across from the clock. They had the DeLorean there, and then they just made some lightning come out the back of it. So they do go all out. They're good boys.
Yeah. We've got our game for our next convention appearance. When is our next convention appearance, Ian?
Is it Broadside?
It is Broadside.
Yes.
We're going to Broadside. Yes. Emotionally 14's at Broadside. I went ready at Broadside.
Yes.
It's us again.
This is going to be great.
With a huge Grand Army game.
It's
again.
Gonna be
Twin ATSTs most likely.
Yes, much more than the previous show we did. So much more gear.
More shit.
Yeah.
Revenge of a shit. That's what we're going to call it.
And I've got a rock.
You did buy a rock. Very, very surrounded
somewhere.
Yeah. Very pleased with the rock.
Buy a rock.
So yeah, we're at Broadside. Dave, tell everyone about Broadside.
Broadside. It's a wargaming tabletop show in Kent. What?
All the info's down. It's just appeared on the screen.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
good. I didn't even see it.
Magic.
Sittingbourne, 9th of June. Sittingbourne is North Kent, in case you've never heard of Sittingbourne, like most people. It's in Swallows Leisure Centre. 30 odd traders, at least 15 demo games, participation games. A flea market for bargains. £3 to get in.
Bargain.
And that's, you get the whole family in for £3.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We've got some of the big names, small names. We've got
Get
Warlord
to meet
Games,
us, Emotionally 14.
Warlord Games Foundry, and Emotionally 14.
Yeah.
Following ready.
Yeah, see? All important ones.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so guys, before we move on to what's on the File When Ready conveyor belt, we've got a couple of bits of news we need to talk about, don't we? As well as our exciting Broadside time, which is new starter set announced. The Clone Wars are coming to Legion.
Nice.
So the contents of the starter set was revealed. The commanders are, to the surprise of no one, General Grievous and General Kenobi. What I loved about the General Grievous miniature is there are multiple options for how you want to glue him together. You can either have him with a blaster with his cloak on, with 2 lightsabers with his cloak on, or all 4 arms with 4 lightsabers.
It's going to be all 4.
Well, yeah, but unless you get a second core, you've got a bit of choice there.
That's fair.
So we've, I think it's the same as, of course, you've got 2 squads of clone troopers, 2 squads of battle droids. The Galactic Republic, I keep going to say Rebel Alliance, I shouldn't. The Galactic Republic also have a land speeder, and the Confederate Independent Systems have droideckers as well.
Okay.
Which are, the sculpts are lovely because I think they come in a squad of 2, one of which is standing up, one of which is rolling.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Looks all right. I love droideckers. So how do we feel about Clone Wars coming to Legion?
I think I think it's the next logical step for it, because I was a bit like, is it going to scale with it? Could you do...
We won't be doing it on this show because it makes our eyes twitch like hummingbirds' wings.
Yeah, no, but I mean, for the average person...
Yes, they are fully
I can't do it.
They are cross-compatible. Yeah, for tournament settings, yes, they are cross-compatible.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see it working. I think the worst you would have is like...
Anakin versus Vader.
Well, I mean, like there's a Rebels episode where they fight some droids that just happen to have been protecting a base and running old subroutines, but that's more its own scenario.
Yeah, I would be open to having some sort of ally system, like the old 40k used to have. You could have so many percentage of your points you could spend on an allied force.
Yeah.
So if they did do a rule like something like the Rebel Alliance can spend so many of their points on reconditioned Clone Wars equipment.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Because seeing as they steal and take stuff, it makes sense, and also if it opens more vehicles for like the Rebels, because I feel that that's what I'm feeling is that I'm feeling like obviously it makes sense that the Empire would have more tech.
Yeah. But
having the Rebels not have less tech, I'm a bit worried. Obviously, there's going to be a balancing issue, but they've not really fallen into that trap yet. But I'm worried it could be something they could fall into.
You particularly into Clone Wars? Have you seen the TV series? Anything like that?
Bits of the Clone Wars I've seen. Obviously, I've seen all of Rebels. Really enjoyed that. I've seen bits and bobs in Clone Wars, probably enough to piece together the majority of the main storyline, but not seen all of it to know it in depth. But obviously I know enough, obviously, from seeing the films and that to know the main.
Dave, what are your thoughts?
Well, as one of the people whose love of Star Wars was completely crushed by the Phantom Menace, I'm not going to say I'm jumping for joy, but General Grievous is really nice.
He is.
And the models are great. From a modelling point of view, I'd like to paint them. They're wicked. If it's the next logical step, I don't really know what sort of range you're going to get. Obviously, the range we've got now, you're picking up like Snowtroopers and Scouts, and there's a lot of variation. I don't really know how much. I've not really watched Clone Wars at all, so I don't know how much variation there is amongst the Clone Troopers. Yeah. But we'll see. It's a good start set.
It's great. It's going to bring new players in because we got to bear in mind the age gap is spreading quicker than we realise because realistically, someone who was 10 years old watching the Clone Wars TV series 10 years ago is now the right age to be buying into this.
Absolutely.
So, yes, it will catch people's eye.
Oh, definitely. Possibly be more popular from that point of view than us madmen loving Legion so much because it's proper old school stuff.
Yeah, but it might work the other way as well. If you like playing with Clone Wars stuff, 6 weeks' time you might be I've binge watched all of the Clone Wars. Yeah, and it is a great show. Clone Wars was full of really good stories, and we got Maul back and everything.
Yes, that's true. Yeah,
with his mad robot spider legs.
I think
if Maul's an operative in it.
Yes, it would make sense.
Do you think they'll stick more to the Clone Wars cartoon type stuff than? There's a very limited amount of stuff in films.
Yeah, there's the films kind of gloss over Clone Wars. You get the first Battle of the Clone Wars and the last Battle of the Clone Wars in the movies, so they're going to have to mine the TV show. They have greenlit another series which is coming straight to Disney Plus. and it seems in vogue at the moment because the latest load of stuff released for Battlefront has all been Clone Wars stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's obviously in vogue, or they're trying to get that market of people who are now 18 to 20 who loved it when they were kids, like they get us every now and again. A kid, you get it constantly. I'm really in favour of it. What has made me wonder is obviously they've announced the first load of expansions for Wave 1. So far they've announced more Clone Troopers and more Battle Droids, to the surprise of no one, because the first thing they announced for Legion was more Stormtroopers and more Rebel Troopers. So obviously they're going to do a Droidecker expansion, they're going to do a Land Speeder expansion to match what's in the core set. Way back when, at the same time, they announced the ATST and the T-47.
Yes.
So what are they going to announce with a Clone Wars set? I'd love to see the vertical tank that goes up the cliff face in a Clone Wars movie.
On the Walker.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, that would
It's
be
big,
good, yeah.
but I don't think it's longer than an ATST is tall.
And you've got that strange, in the Battle of Kashyyyk, you've got that strange robot walker thing.
Oh, those for spider droids.
Yeah, the round with a round
That's
turret.
lovely, actually. Yeah, that's true.
They've got to have something to fall
Yeah.
the other one, haven't they? So yeah.
What commanders would you like to see? Because I'm straight in with Dooku.
Well, yeah, Dooku that'd be awesome.
Ventress would be great.
Or as an operative, if not.
Or dual position.
Yoda.
I think Yoda's kind of a shoe-in, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yoda and Mace Windu would be in there.
Oh, Mace Windu. He should be powerful.
Anakin, obviously.
Yeah, obviously you can have a lot more Jedi than you can in...
Oh yes, it's going to be...
Yeah, all of a sudden it opens up Jedi, doesn't it?
Are you going to get Jedi strike teams? Which is like some generic Jedi as a...
You know, you might be able to talk me into Clone Wars.
I thought. I'll dig up DVDs for you. Try the TV series. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, but that's really exciting. But coming back to Galactic Civil War, we've got 2 new units announced for it as well, which is the Shoretroopers, who we see at the Battle of Scarif at Rogue One. What are your thoughts on that?
I kind of guessed that they probably would do it at some point. But I wasn't sure it was needed.
No, I'm not a fan of the... I've said this before, I'm not a fan of there being Stormtroopers and there being Snow Troopers and there being Sand Troopers. I'm like, why can't they just all be part
Urban
of...
Troopers.
Why can't they be troopers who have different gear for different situations?
A different scope.
We don't have the Snow Army and the Jungle Army.
We don't have the troopers on the edge of town.
No, we don't. It's always struck me as a bit strange. I always got it as action figure branding, as lore within the universe. It never really sat with me, but okay, we'll roll with it.
But the sneak preview does show that there's something to make it a bit more interesting.
Or Mortar.
A mortar.
Which has caught your eye.
Yeah.
Because the Mortar, when attached to the ATST, is very effective.
Yes, so I presume it's a similar weapon.
Would it be lovely if the Mortar doesn't need line of sight?
Or just lob stuff over buildings?
Yeah. Maybe you get a spotter.
Yeah. So that would be the only attractant.
Yeah.
So,
Bit more exciting. We've got the Dewback announced as well, and he's big.
we speculated this about a year ago.
We did. It was one of the first ones we thought.
It does look big.
He looks lovely, and he looks horrible in melee as well.
Yeah.
Because he's got a dice pool consisting of bite and force pike. So I think off the back of my head it's 2 red, 3 white in melee.
Was he just barge as well?
Yeah, he's got charge attack. Yeah, he's
okay.
crowd control, very much so.
Yeah.
So I think we might have to invest in a couple of those.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. And a Craig drink.
Count well.
Yeah. So, but is that the counterpart to the land speeder for Rebels? I suppose it is.
Well, they don't seem. I don't think they move fast, but
No, it isn't, because the land speeder's counterpart is the grav tank.
yes. Yeah.
So we haven't had something to parallel the Shoretroopers and the Dewback yet.
Yeah.
Now we have the Tauntauns were announced, weren't they?
They were announced, yeah.
Tauntauns and something
I was
else.
going to say listen to the Wookiee Warriors, but that's not really.
No, Wookiee Warriors' counterpart was the Royal Guard.
Okay.
The,
My money's on the Wookiees.
the melee motherfuckers.
Yeah.
We'll have to try that out. Maybe there's a convention we can run some Wookiees at some Royal Guards.
More Wookiees needed.
Wampa?
It's a series of small wampers.
Wampa Warriors.
We got Armada news as well. Did you see that? Yeah, me and Dave love Armada. Blake is indifferent. It's growing on you, isn't it?
I need to go back to it.
Yeah, okay. But it's not a model. It's a boxed campaign. So all this time we were saying they were going, hey, there's a Superstar Destroyer, bam, just drop out a boxed 2 to 6 player multi-game campaign of Armada, including a character creation for your fleet leader. And I have the Corellian conflict, which is the first one we did, and it's lovely. It actually comes with a wall poster and adhesive stickers for you to mark out your territory as your fleets conquer it.
Okay.
So maybe we can get some games of Corellian conflict or this new one, Rebellion in the Rim, going. So we're obviously focusing on the Outer Rim, possibly it's time with the Outer Rim board game as well. So yeah, we're going to do that. 3 new characters announced for it as well. Once we've got a new character, finally you can have Lando piloting the Falcon.
Yep.
Oh, nice. Has that not been a thing before?
Nope.
Yeah. Okay.
You can have Iden Versio in a TIE Fighter from Battlefront 2, and Sabine Wren in the Ghost.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So you can actually start building more of a Mandalorian force if you wanted to.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that. We should definitely see if we can.
Yeah. So
get
that's
some games of that in the can.
As I say, the other thing was the Superstar Destroyer.
Superstar was pushed back to quarter 3. Yeah. So I would rather have one that works in 6 months.
Yeah,
than rush down now.
rather.
I don't want to spend £200 on an expansion that doesn't work just so I can have it this week.
True.
Because that would be 412 levels of madness.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
Yeah. But anyway, it's every time we get together, there's new stuff to talk about. There's new releases and sometimes entirely new games. So I just love that it's an adventure
There's
Star
so
Wars
much going on.
gaming
Yeah,
at the moment.
yeah, it's
It
really
really is.
Yeah, Fantasy Flight are looking after us, Star Wars.
Oh, they
really
are. They're starting to look after
bless
Middle
them
Earth
for that.
fans as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Ooh.
Yeah, even I quite fancy new.
Yeah, so look out for our
Arrows win
look out for our new series, Bombadil Fury, coming in a few weeks. Okay, but it's time to bring up some stuff on the farm already. Conveyor belt, let's go!
Oh, I've got
Hey,
a K word.
yeah, hey! So we have the Deathtroopers and we have Orson Krennic. So we're really, this is filling out the Rogue One. We had last time, we had Jyn Erso and Rebel Pathfinders, and now we've got Deathtroopers and we've got Orson Krennic. Initial impressions? What are you expecting from these, from what you know of Rogue One?
Deathtroopers. Are we the bad guys?
Sorry,
Let's do it.
I think. I mean, expecting these guys to be nails, but in reality, we don't actually see them do anything in the
But you
movie.
see,
They
you see
suffer
what
from
the
Boba
Erso
Fett.
farmstead at the start, and I
Yeah.
think that's it.
Yeah.
Cosplayers marked out from instantly because
Yeah.
of the excuse use some black spray paint.
And I think they're in some back scenes as well.
Possibly, yeah.
But
It's. I think that. I agree with you. I wasn't excited for them on paper, but I do think they are going to.
are they going
make
to be the
things go
SAS?
good.
Yes.
Yeah, well, they're obviously they're like
Yeah.
almost like Krennic's personal bodyguard.
Yes. Yeah.
So, and they are spec forces, so they will fill up the same slot as Scout Troopers.
Right. Okay.
And we have Orson Krennic, easily one of my favourite Star Wars characters.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited by this. Commander, do you think that's a suitable rank
Oh,
for him?
absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
and he does work with the time frames, doesn't it? So we don't have any kind of, although
he's Galactic Civil War.
spoilers here, he doesn't end well for him.
Well, it's true. It is true that in our recorded games, you won't ever see him face up against Luke Skywalker.
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's more or less the only one it doesn't work with.
Yeah, sure.
Han could just be a mercenary at the time.
Yeah, and we got Jyn Erso.
Do you know so?
Yeah.
You have no problem with him and Leia.
No, not at all.
You have no problem with him, maybe a 2-commander game, Krennic and Vader.
Yes.
I mean, I know they're not the best of friends.
That keeps the time frame, right?
Yeah, so it's definitely still got
You're
some-
right, I think it's just Luke. Isn't it?
Yeah, so what I'd like, if they ever do Tarkin, I just want them to have a card that they can just spend the entire game screaming at each other. So Krennic, what are we expecting?
Capes.
Capes. Sweet cape. Yeah. I think he's one of my favourite characters because he's the ideal bad guy. He believes he is justified.
Yes.
But he just gets screwed over every possible
But
opportunity.
I don't believe that he's not a good commander, so he's going to be
I hope he
something with the...
You don't get to that kind of rank being bad at your
I'm
job.
expecting him to be able to pass orders a fair distance.
That would be
sort of
great,
stuff.
yeah.
I'm hoping he's got some pretty powerful cards.
Yeah, I was command cards I'm looking forward to. They should be, hopefully one of them is just scream at Tantrums of Tarkin.
Yeah.
Tantrums of Tarkin. That's one of the titles we considered for this show.
Choke on aspiration.
Yeah. Yeah, don't have him and Vader on force choking. It's not going to end well. Okay, guys, well, we're excited. We're going to have to slice these open and take a look. So let's see what's inside. Okay, so first up we have the Imperial Deathtroopers unit expansion. The only new rules added here are the dual-sided cards, which we first saw introduced in the Genersa and Rebel Pathfinder sets, which are some cards are double-sided.
Yeah, they've got.
You only have to pay the points cost once, but some actions will let you switch configurations over.
They're not overly animated. You've got like only a few parts. So
yeah, but definitely are like SAS type poses, as you say. Okay, so Imperial Death. Oh, there's a bit of chrome. We might actually find out a bit about these guys.
Okay.
Tactically advancing across battlefields like in Human Revenants, Imperial Deathtroopers are a terrifying sight. Adorned in jet black armour and carrying an arsenal of weapons and equipment, these troopers are the elite soldiers of the Tarkin Initiative. Candidates are hand-selected from a stormtrooper corps by Imperial Intelligence itself. Trained to be efficient and merciless, they are also rumoured to undergo classified medical augmentations. Okay, they are 76 points for a squad of 4 miniatures, and they are spec forces, so they will take up the same slot as scout troopers.
Right.
They are capable of taking 6 upgrades. Close quarters combat is 1 red. They have an SE-14R light blaster, which is range 1 to 2, 2 white. They also have an E-110 blaster rifle, which is range 1 to 3, 1 black. They have 1 hit point each and have a morale value of 2. They are surge to hit on all their attack rolls, and they defend on a red dice surge to block, so it's 3+ on a d6.
Oh, okay.
They have 3 special abilities, which is Disciplined 1. When you issued an order, you may remove up to 1 suppression token. Precise 2. When you spend an aim token, re-roll up to 2 additional dice. So that'll be 4 dice they can re-roll when they spend an aim token, 5 if you also give them targeting scopes.
Casting is really lovely again.
It's pretty professional.
And they have Ready 1. After you perform a standby action, which is Overwatch by any other name, you get an aim token for free.
Okay.
So you'll be able to move, aim and standby.
Yeah, I think some of these are going to need a little bit of work before they clip together, to be honest.
Bit of flash.
Yeah, on the actual connecting lugs.
Lobbing a grenade.
That's...
They have 2 heavy weapon upgrades, but you can only take 1 with a squad build, so it's like standard build, you've either got the choice, like the Stormtroopers, you can either take the DLT or the shoulder mounted rocket
So
launcher.
what have they got in the heavies?
You have a choice, you can have a DT F-16, which is Death Troopers only, range 1 to 3, black white. Add 1 DTF-16 mini. You gain Compel. After another friendly unit at range 1 to 2 rallies, if it is suppressed but not panicked, it may gain 1 suppression token to perform a free move action. Seen suppression being used more.
Yes, well, it's
they're using that a lot.
Yeah.
a lot of some of the more recent games. It's actually been a game changer, to be honest.
He's also a leader, so that model replaces your squad leader.
Yeah. So what's the range of the heavy weapons?
3, black white.
Okay.
Search to hit. You also have a DLT 19D trooper, which looks like an anti-tank rifle.
Okay.
Because it's range 1 to 4, red, red, white, impact 1.
This is big.
Is that one? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going to be that one because that's pretty enormous.
Yeah.
Have they got sniper targeting scopes and all that sort of stuff, or they just?
They can take targeting scopes.
Yeah.
Yes. I believe so. I'll have to double check the cards. But, some training upgrades. There's duck and cover, which we've seen a few times before, which is while defending against a ranged attack, during the apply dodge and cover step, you may gain a suppression token.
Yeah.
And there's also Overwatch, which is you gain Sentinel, your standby range is increased to 1 to 3.
Nice.
So they've got rules where they can gain and lose suppression tokens.
Yeah,
that could be really handy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a large part of going forward is learning to use suppression correctly.
Yeah, definitely.
We also have Comms Relay, which we saw with the Rebel Pathfinders, which is when you would be issued an order, you may choose a friendly unit at range 1 or 2, issue an order to the chosen unit instead, so you can bounce your command range. And they also have Fragmentation Grenades, which we...
I was expecting to have something like that.
Yeah, which is range 1, red dice, While this weapon is in your attack pool, you gain surge to crit. So bear in mind, if you're at range 1, that applies to every weapon in the dice pool.
Yeah.
And there's also environmental gear, which we've seen a few times, which is you gain unhindered, you ignore the effects of difficult terrain for movement.
Yeah.
And we have a double-sided card, which is E11D Focused Fire configuration, which is range 1 to 4, range 1 to 4 black, tap to activate. Imperial Deathtroopers only, suppressive. After you perform an attack, the defender gains an additional suppression token. And also is reconfigure, which is when you do a recover action, which is when you reveal any, you untap any tapped cards you've tapped and clear all your suppression. You can also flip it over to the 11D grenade launcher configuration, which is range 1 to 2, red. Blast, ignores cover, and tap to reload.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I think we were right in saying that they're basically the SAS.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Fair amount of stuff in there.
Yeah, they're using
Spec
suppression for and against
Yeah.
their own
Bounce radio
their
signals
orders,
across the board.
Yeah.
They're cool.
Yeah, they
Very
cause
cool.
suppression,
They
they cause their own suppression, then they can remove their own suppression.
Yeah.
I'm actually more excited for these now I've seen what they're capable of.
Yeah.
And almost wish they'd been in the film a bit more. Okay, we're all Ben Mandalorians here.
Yes.
Director Krennic.
Director Krennic. Da-da-da.
Any
This
new
is
rules?
an amazing one.
Special rules here are ones we've seen before, but I'll run through them quickly, which is entourage unit name. When building an army, if a player includes a unit with the entourage keyword, they may ignore the rank but not the points value of a unit as the same specified by the entourage keyword. So he has entourage Deathtroopers. Normally, you can only have, I think it's 3 spec forces in a build. If
Right.
you have Krennic, you have to pay all the points for them,
Yeah.
but they won't count towards that 3 limits. You can
Oh
have
wow, they are his
and
bodyguard.
3 scout troopers or
Okay.
whatever else they choose to release down the line. He also has sharpshooter 1, which is while performing a ranged attack, reduce defenders cover by 1.
The detail is
Okay.
very good.
Director Orson Krennic, Architect of Terror. He is 90 points. That's actually a pretty cheap commander. It's comparable to Leia, I think. Unsurprising commander, 1 model to a build. He has 6 hit points and a morale value of 2. His unarmed combat is black, surge to crit. And he also has Krennic's DT-29 blaster pistol, which is range 1 to 2, red, black, white, surge to crit, pierce 1. So pierce 1 is you can ignore 1 block. Speed 2, and his defense is white, surge to block. His special abilities are compel. After another friendly unit at range 1 or 2 rallies, if it is suppressed but not panicked, you may gain 1 suppression token to perform a free move action. He also has cunning. When your commander-specific command cards are played, if there will be a tie for priority, treat your command card as though it had 1 fewer pip.
Ooh. Sneaky.
Yeah, he is Entourage, Imperial Deathtroopers, and Sharpshooter 1. His upgrades are all ones we've seen before. So he has Recon Intel, which is Scout 1. He has Esteemed Leader, which is you can give another unit Guardian so they can take bullets for you.
Yep.
It has Strict Orders, which we saw with Jyn Erso, which is when a friendly trooper unit with a face-up order token activates during its rally step, it may remove 1 suppression token instead of rolling for them. Okay, and his command cards. So his 3-pip command card is Annihilation Looms, Director Orson Krennic, and 2 units. Each trooper unit gains 1 suppression token. If it is round 5 or 6, each trooper unit gains 1 additional suppression token. It is basically pulling the Death Star up.
Yeah, that's opposing trooper units or
No.
all trooper
All
units?
trooper units.
Okay.
All trooping units.
Okay.
But what you need is some trooper units which can use suppression effectively.
Yeah, yes.
That's his weakest command card.
Okay.
Yeah, so everyone gets, each troop unit gets a suppression token, 2 suppression tokens if it's near the end, if it's the end game.
Yeah,
That could be a game changer if you sat on that.
that could be pretty heavy.
His 2-pip card is Deploy the Garrison! Choose 2 troopers. At the start of the activation phase, choose up to 2 friendly trooper units that have face-up order tokens. Each chosen unit may perform a free standby action. To start the turn on Overwatch.
Yeah.
His 1-pip card is Voracious Ambition. It can only issue orders to Krennic. At the start of the activation phase, place 3 random order tokens from your order pool face down on this card. You may look at these order tokens at any time. When you would draw an order token from your order pool, you may choose one of the order tokens on this card and use that order token instead. So you can preload your random bag as well as all the...
Yeah. Okay.
So only he can be issued an order that turn, but effectively you've got 3 blind as well, because your opponent doesn't know who you've got ready to go. Well, I think he lived up to expectations.
So really that's effectively a 4-pip card, but for 1 initiative.
Yeah.
Nice.
Bear in mind, if it's a tie, it drops to 0 as well, because of his cunning.
Yeah.
I'm really pleased with him. He's everything I needed him to
Just saying,
be.
90 points, he's not an expensive
Does
commander.
mean painting white, though.
That's right, it makes up for it with the Death Troopers.
But then 90 points for a commander without force powers is pretty alright.
Yeah, no, I think he's fairly pointed. He's him and Veers as a combo might be fun to try.
Yeah.
Him and Veers and just spam a load of troopers. And we're back. So that's Director Orson Krennic and the Imperial Deathtroopers. Dave, impressions?
I'm going to go with the model, because I'm sure you'll give me the Star Wars perspective much better than I can say it. Model-wise, they are stunning.
The work on Krennic is amazing. Details.
That face details.
One of the best face details.
Yeah,
As we've had a few dodgy ones.
Yes.
It's nice to get.
It was. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with Leia's one. Solo was. It's weird because the facial sculpt for Solo and Imperial Assault is great.
Yes. Yeah.
And then that one was just like, well, it looks like Warren Beatty.
Alternative casting.
Yeah. And Warren Beatty looks a little bit like Harrison Ford with the peanut allergy.
But sculpt-wise, the Death Troopers as well. They're just beautiful. The
level of detail has gone to. Yeah, and it's in the poses as well. They look like Spec Forces poses. They're not Star Warsy poses, really. They're wargame miniature poses. Yeah. Blake, what did you think?
I thought that they were different enough to be their own character, because I think they are being more special forces as well. They're gameplay wise, they do bring something different to the table as well.
And of course, entourage as well.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice feature actually, entourage feature. Yeah.
I also thought he was, as we said earlier, he's fairly pointed for a commander, has some good abilities, but not totally overpowered for his point wattage or anything. He's sort of balanced, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I agree. What did you think?
I thought that they were looks like everything we wanted them to be. They're going to be nails, these guys. The sculpt is lovely on this, and a cheap leader, a cheap commander.
Yeah, absolutely.
Highly
usable. Command cards were fun.
Yeah, a highly usable guy. Yeah,
command cards were fun. One of them was for Death Star.
I've heard of him.
Yes.
Game wise, you're going to want to use them.
Yes, you want to use them already, don't you?
Yeah, and I like to play Rebels, so I'm itching to get hold of the Empire.
Yeah, excellent. This met expectations. This exceeded my expectations.
Yes, yeah.
Because I didn't really know a lot about them outside of the couple of scenes through in Rogue One.
Yeah.
But they've taken a very different tack and they've made them wargaming figures. They feel like Spec Forces. They feel like genuine Spec Forces. The Scout Troopers feel like Scout Troopers and the fun for it.
Yeah.
And in a way, that makes the Rogue One miniatures we've seen feel more Rogue One, because Rogue One is a darker, more war movie than any of the others are. And I think the figures they've released have reflected that.
Yeah. I think we said that with the Pathfinders as well when we were talking about the new vehicles that are coming out. It feels like they've gone on a more wargaming front. They've turned it into a war game rather than a Star Wars game, which doesn't hurt the game at all, because you've still got the theme, you've still got everything you love about Star Wars, but game-wise, you're going to get fairer games, you're going to get tighter games, you're going to have more varied games.
Yeah. Yes. I've said X-Wing and Legion are tabletop games for Star Wars fans. Armada is a Star Wars game for tabletop fans. It's a war game from the ground up. With these, as you said, with these releases, Legion seems to be making itself more. I don't know if it's that. I think it's making itself more available to both camps. There's an intro you can go in as a Star Wars gamer who's never done tabletop gaming before. It is open to you, whereas Armada probably isn't, because there's quite a lot of tabletop content. That's not a slight on rulebook. You can pick it up and you can go both feet into Armada, absolutely, but it does assume a lot. You've had experience with tabletop gaming before, whereas Legion didn't. at the outset,
Yeah.
and yet it's with these newer releases, it's opening itself up to the Grognards.
Yeah.
So, and I think tying that in to the Rogue One releases was a good thematic decision.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Are we going to get Chirrut Imwe is what I want to know. Can you imagine what his melee is? 8 black surge to crit.
Yeah. Something like
You caught it. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't sort of rushed those other characters out. There's not quite so much room for characters in this. I mean, you can have one commander.
The operatives, but the operatives are so far big names.
Yeah.
Boba Fett, Chewbacca. They're not, Baze Malbus. They are cool
names that most people would know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we're probably a few behind before we start getting.
I wonder if we
Chirrut.
would get the rest of the Rogue One squad as a boxed squad.
That would be cool.
I'm wondering if that's what we're saving it for. Maybe not. Who knows? Obviously, Cassian Andor's got his own TV series coming out next year. Maybe he's going to get a Commander box set to tie in with that as well. But I'm excited to try these on the table.
They're really good. They're really
Funny
good.
there's a convention, we could do some sort of road.
See how the paint list goes through.
Yeah. Hey, I'm doing okay. I spent all of March ill and painted nothing, and I've painted a squad and a half this past week. I've not done bad. Okay, so Death Troopers, thumbs up, thumbs down.
2 big thumbs up.
3.
Definitely.
Orson Krennic, thumbs up, thumbs down.
It's great.
Third thumb. Yeah.
Oh, what a guy. Okay, so the Orson Krennic expansion and Imperial Death Trooper expansion are available from all good tabletop gaming stores and some shit ones. So get out and buy them now, and we're going to have to get these guys on the table and do a gameplay video
See how these work.
very soon. Okay, so guys, thanks for watching. This has been Fire When Ready, Adventures in Star Wars Tabletop Gaming for emotionally14.com. If you'd like to see all sorts of behind the scenes action, you can follow us on Instagram at FireWhenReadyUK. And now, because I finally pulled my finger out after a fucking year, you can find Fire When Ready on Facebook. We have our own Facebook page at long last. You can either search for Fire When Ready or at FireWhenReadyUK on Facebook. And there's our fan page telling you how great we are. If you're new, so we are produced for emotionally14.com, which is a geek interest site with all sorts of Star Wars stuff, tabletop gaming stuff, but not just that. There's fantasy, sci-fi, horror, comics, superheroes, tabletop gaming, video gaming, comedy podcasts, and loads of content updated pretty much daily at this point, isn't it? You can find it at emotionally14.com, and you can follow them on Twitter and Instagram at emotionally14. If you want to keep up with what I'm doing, you can find me on Facebook and be my friend at facebook.com/BradHarmerBarnes, or if a sort of a cult leader type status interests more, you can be my follower at Twitter and Instagram at RealBradHB. Ian, where can people find you?
I'm on Instagram on Great Old One, and also on HeroClix UK.
Awesome.
Do some HeroClix.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or do
do more.
What did we do? We did some Netflix last week. Leave me alone. The video takes time to edit. Did you see on Instagram got a like from Daniel Logan? How awesome was that? Boba Fett likes our page. I thought that was fucking great. Blake, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Harmer the Appreciator, or you can find me on Facebook where I am. I'm also a regular on E14's Crazy Train podcast and the E14 Gamescast.
You're a rock.
Yes, I am the rock now.
You are a Twitter.
Yes, and also
You're allowed to say it.
It's fun.
you can also find me on Twitter, where you can find me on Twitter at fucksake Blake.
Hey, Dave, where can people find you apart from at Broadside?
Well, apart from Broadside, I was about to do a shameless plug for Broadside.
Well, now it's a shameful plug.
Okay,
Shame.
Dave, tell us what you're up to.
Dave showed me the
Convention.
website.
Yeah, DaveCon.
Dave Con.
Just retitle.
Do it, yeah.
I'm a boss.
You can find me Dave DCLXVLA on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, Dave Mustill, or you can search Facebook for Broadside Game Show or Milton 100 Board Games Club. You will find me, and you'll find more shameless plugging.
Yes.
9th of June. Be there.
Yeah, we'll be there.
We'll be there.
We'll be signing Krennics and everything.
There will be an awesome game.
Don't know. It's going to, some of our terrain is going to look awesome, guys. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you guys very soon for a gameplay video, and of course we'll be at Broadside. See you later. Bye.
Bye.